Prologue: The Shattered Frontiers. The galaxy had known wars before, endless skirmishes among star kingdoms, empires, and fragile alliances. But this was different. The Krath Dominion did not conquer for resources or borders. They advanced to erase. Planets turned to glass. Cities became smoking craters suspended in orbit. Refugee fleets fled toward the galactic core, whispering the same truth: no one could stop them. The Dominion's fleet spread like a storm front, black holes blotting out suns. Every world that resisted burned. And among the victims were humans, colonists on the fringe, their settlements crushed beneath the claws of an enemy that laughed at the idea of Earth's retaliation. Act I: The Arrogance of Monsters. When the Krath warlord broadcast his victory to the galaxy, his words dripped with contempt. "We have broken the humans' colonies. Their people kneel, their fleets scattered. Earth hides behind its walls, afraid to bleed." In their arrogance, the Krath paraded human prisoners across the holonet, bound, humiliated, forced to kneel before alien thrones. The galaxy winced, but none dared intervene. The Krath were too strong. Humanity, it seemed, was too far, too isolated, too civilized. Allies whispered in despair, "Earth will not fight, Earth will not come." The Krath celebrated, feasting on ashes, certain that the Terrans would remain silent while the galaxy burned. Act II: The Silence Before the Storm. For weeks the void was quiet. The Krath pushed deeper, mocking the fragile ape worlds. They claimed humans were only warriors in myth, not in truth. But then silence changed. Outposts reported ghost fleets assembling at the edge of known space. Massive power signatures flickered like distant thunderstorms. The Dominion scoffed, until their scouts vanished, shredded in seconds by weapons that tore through shields like paper. And then a signal came, a single human transmission, cold, measured, final. "You touched our people, you killed our children, you will regret it." The galaxy held its breath. Act III: When Earth Answered. The mobilization was biblical. Earth's fleets emerged not as scattered patrols, but as juggernauts, armadas of dreadnoughts, carriers, and cruisers painted black and silver, their hulls scarred from centuries of forgotten wars. Ships once thought ceremonial now revealed their true nature: predators built for annihilation. They poured out of Sol like an avalanche, gateways lit with fire as humanity's steel legions crossed the stars. Each vessel bore names that made the galaxy tremble: Nemesis, Vengeance, Retribution, the Iron Will, Silence of Winter. The Krath laughed at first. A few angry ships cannot stop an empire. But then Earth's armadas arrived in numbers that bent the very star lanes. Fleets that blotted out suns, shadows that swallowed systems whole. The silence was broken forever. Act IV: The Hammer Falls. The first clash came at the Drellin Expanse. The Krath expected an easy slaughter. Instead, they faced annihilation. Human dreadnoughts fired once, and entire Dominion cruisers split apart like glass dropped from heaven. Swarms of Terran fighters moved like blades of light, carving through enemy lines with impossible precision. Each strike carried fury, each barrage spoke of vengeance. The galaxy watched in awe as entire Krath fleets, once invincible, vanished in minutes. On the ground it was worse. Human marines, armored in black exosuits, descended like storms. Their boots cracked alien soil as orbital strikes rained fire. The Dominion's war beasts charged and were cut down, shredded by disciplined volleys, their roars silenced under human thunder. For every city the Krath had burned, Earth returned tenfold in fire. The galaxy understood then: this was not defense, this was judgment. Act V: The Fires of Retribution. System by system, Earth's vengeance unfolded. The Krath tried ambushes, traps, desperate counterattacks. None worked. Humanity's fleets moved with terrifying coordination, their strategies honed by centuries of simulations, war games, and the cold memory of never again being prey. Entire Dominion strongholds crumbled under orbital bombardment that turned oceans to steam. Stations shattered, their fragments drifting like frozen tears. And always the same chilling broadcast followed. "This is Earth. We are coming. Surrender or vanish." The Krath began to break. Commanders abandoned posts, warriors fled, but there was no refuge. Earth hunted them across the stars, relentless as gravity, merciless as time. The galaxy, once certain the Dominion could not be stopped, now watched as the predators became prey. Act VI, the galaxy trembles. Word spread like wildfire. Species who had mocked humans now watched fleets of vengeance pass overhead, blotting out constellations. Some bowed in respect, others hid in terror. The Dominion screamed for aid, but none came. Allies abandoned them, unwilling to face humanity's wrath. The galaxy whispered a new truth. The humans do not fight wars, they end them. Even ancient empires older than Earth itself remained silent, for they had seen something beyond war machines. They had seen a fury that could not be reasoned with, a patience that had waited too long, and a vengeance infinite in its reach. Act VII, silence and ashes. In the end, the Krath Dominion was no more. Their fleets lay as broken husks drifting through void, their thrones cracked, their banners burned. But humanity did not celebrate. There were no parades, no grand declarations. Only silence. The fleets returned to Sol, shadows vanishing back into the cradle of Earth. Systems they had liberated stood in awe, their skis still haunted by the trails of Terran warships. Survivors whispered one truth again and again. Never provoke Earth, never again. Epilogue, the lesson etched in stars. The galaxy was losing until Earth answered the call. And when Earth answered, it was not with mercy, nor with hesitation. It was with judgment. Now across the spiral arms, children grow up beneath rebuilt skis, hearing stories of the war. And in every whisper, every fearful glance towards Sol, the lesson remains. Humanity's patience is vast. Their silence can endure for generations. But when their vengeance awakens, it is infinite.